Now, the hottest story in Dodger baseball is always going to be an acquisition. And just a few hours ago, it was reported that the Dodgers have claimed right-handed pitcher Yoendrys Gomez off of waivers from the New York Yankees. So Yoendrys Gomez is a pitcher that has been in the New York Yankees organization for a long time. They signed him as an international amateur back in 2016, and things just didn't quite work out with the Yankees. He has used up all of his option years from 2021 to 2023. They did get a fourth option year in 2024 after he had Tommy John surgery. And then this season in 2025, out of options, he tossed 13 1/3 innings at the big league level for the Pinstripes. He also had a multi-inning long man relief role out of the pen for the first couple of innings in his season. He ended up going 10 innings in 6 appearances. And look, he hasn't pitched a ton of innings. He hasn't had a lot of experience, but the Yankees did add him to their 40-man roster in November of 2020. So they did try to keep him out of that Rule 5 draft. They've seen potential in him for a long time. And you look at his overall numbers and you say to yourself, wow, yes, it's a small sample size, but in 23 1/3 innings at the big league level, he has posted a 3.09 ERA. So that's a small sample size, but we know with this Dodgers organization that they're always going to take a flyer. They're going to show interest when there is talent, but they're injured. Where there's talent, but there's a small sample size. They will say, okay, you give us the raw talent, and we'll mold them into something that can help this team. And with the Dodgers, you know, they're always going to rotate guys in and out of the bullpen, in and out of the rotation. They've already used 20 pitchers this season after using 40 pitchers last season. That was a franchise record. And this guy is intriguing. I mean, you look at his overall numbers, the walk rate is high, a 12.3% walk rate, but he's also struck out 27.7% of the batters that he's faced. In his minor league innings, he's gone 148 2/3 innings and posted a 3.63 ERA. So, yeah, I mean, you look at where the Dodgers sit right now with their injuries. You got 12 pitchers on the injured list. Blake Snell, Blake Trinan just went. Tony Gonsolin, he's going to be back. You look at their rotation, Glasnow, Dustin May, Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki, they're intact. You're going to see guys like Landon Ack, Justin Robleski, and Bobby Miller make the occasional spot start. I do think that Ben Kasperius should be stretched out because he started his whole career. So that's something that I would entertain if I was the Dodgers. But, yeah, you get Yoendrys Gomez off of waivers. And, yeah, in the relief appearances, he's been better. I mean, in the 6 relief appearances with the Yankees this year, he's posted a 2.7 ERA in 10 innings. The walk rate has been high, though. More walks than strikeouts, 9 free passes to 5 punch-outs. Still young, just 25 years old. But, yeah, 3.09 ERA. The FIP is high at 5.47. 12 games, 19 strikeouts, and 16 walks. So, yeah, that's the issue. It is the command. And when it comes to him, since he is out of options, the Dodgers, they have to find a spot for him on the active roster once he gets to LA. So, recently, the Dodgers, they DFA'd Eddie Rosario, and you had to put on that 40-man roster. So, yeah, I mean, this is interesting. Is it something, nothing, or everything? I think it's something just because, yeah, is he going to be great? But maybe not. But look at guys like last year. You got Johan Ramirez, guys that didn't factor into the postseason, but 8 innings during the year. I mean, this year you've already had Luis Garcia pitch significant innings because of the injury. So, yeah, get to know some of these guys because will they be pitching in October? No, but will they get some run now because of injuries and because of how the Dodgers use pitchers during the season? Yeah, they do it. I mean, the Dodgers use pitchers like this in the regular season like rented cars, right? When you rent a car, you drive it as fast as you want. You don't care where you park it. You don't care if you drop some trash in it, right? I mean, you just kind of use it and then you lose it, right? Then it's over. You trade it in and it's a wrap. So, Yep, there we go. We got some comments down below. What's up, Dodgers Nation from CC Jack42. What's up, D-Mac? What's up, Jack42? Not gonna lie, this intro is pretty good from JP. Appreciate you. Yeah, the intro always gets me hyped. Run through a brick wall always gets me hyped. Justin Lamas, can I get a shout out? 1:26 a.m. here in France. Yes, Justin, and you can get your shout out on the post-game show because you better stay up for Skeens versus Yamamoto. The showdown, Avery, Scanlon, D-Mac, the GOAT, right back at you. Appreciate that. Joe G, I want to bat instead of Muncy. Oh, come on now. By the way, I know that this show is jam-packed and we don't read every single one of your comments. We usually get thousands of comments every show, but they're always on the screen. Everyone always reads them, and I always read them after, and you guys are always kind of making me laugh a lot of times. Roy Estrada, 7 through 9, the lineup needs to be upgraded. 1 through 6, we are good. Just need Ohtani to start hitting. Yeah, I mean, a couple thoughts on Ohtani. I was talking to someone within the organization, and look, they're not worried about Ohtani, obviously, because all the expected numbers, they point to him absolutely being great. And I'm not worried about that. But early on, just some of the trends and some of the reasons why you haven't seen as much success from Shohei Ohtani is first pitches. Shohei Ohtani is 2 for 15 on first pitches. So there's some bad swing decisions that we didn't see last year that we're seeing this year from him. And then you're looking at the way he's looking early in games hasn't been as great. Later in games, he has an OPS over 1,000 from the 7th inning on. So, yeah, I think that Shohei, this is going to be a get-right series for him. I can't wait to see the showdown with him and Paul Skeens. That's going to be absolutely electric once again. So, look, I think this is a Dodger team that hasn't played their best baseball, but as Dave Roberts pointed out after they got swept by the Cubs, hey, this series comes at a great time because this Pirates team, they are trending in the right direction for sure as far as how they played of late. But the Dodgers, you got the Pirates, you got the Marlins. You want to take at least 2 of 3 in both series. Ideally, you sweep both series. And at the end of this, you should have the best record in baseball, and you should be on top of your division. So let's not forget that even though the Dodgers haven't been great after that 8-0 start, you're still benefiting from that hot start. So you give yourself a little cushion to go through a little slump. And they are in 3rd place in the division. They're 16-9. They're a game back from the Padres. So I look for a big series for the Dodgers, and I think this is a golden opportunity to go on top. The Padres, they're at home this weekend facing the Rays. Rays not a great team this year, so you definitely want to make sure you're keeping pace with them. And then the Giants are hosting a Rangers team that has a winning record. They're looking to trend the right direction. So all the top NL West teams are playing at home this weekend. And look, you gotta keep pace, and I want to see that. Now, a couple updates from Dave Roberts before the game. We got an update on Blake Snell. So Dave Roberts said that Blake Snell came back to LA. He had another MRI yesterday morning, and they didn't find anything new. It didn't uncover anything new that would be problematic. It didn't get worse. It isn't something that he exacerbated by playing catch and throwing bullpens or anything like that. So they didn't find anything new, but Dave Roberts did say that the next step is likely going to be an injection for Blake Snell, and that they don't have a timeline yet for how his throwing progression is going to go. So that tells me that if you're expecting to see Blake Snell anytime soon, I would say you got to pump the brakes because they're going to proceed with caution. He's their $182 million offseason free agent acquisition. They signed him for October. He's historically been one of the best all-time pitchers in the second half of the season. So right now it's just about getting Blake Snell healthy. It's about making sure that you don't lose him like you lost Tyler Glasnow last season. That's the number one priority. Keep Blake Snell healthy. Give him how many, 15, 20 starts, whatever it means, 10 to 15, whatever it is. You just can't rush him back. And look, it's not what you want to hear, because Blake Snell said he wanted to be a workhorse for this team, and that was his goal. But look, he's 32, not 23, like he said. It looks like they dodged a bullet, like Dave Roberts said. And I think right now that you're going to do everything you can to keep the frontline guys in this rotation as healthy as possible. And also another update on Michael Kopech. So Michael Kopech, he is continuing to ramp up. This is good news. He threw a 30-pitch bullpen session yesterday. He's going to throw another bullpen session on Monday. And then after that, he's going to progress to live at-bats. And then hopefully he'll be sent to a rehab assignment. He'll ace that rehab assignment, and then he'll be back in the Dodgers bullpen throwing 100-plus mile-per-hour heater. So some good news on the injury front for Michael Kopech. Some, I guess, good-ish injury news on the Blake Snell front in that they didn't find anything worse that's going to require surgery or a long time stint on the IL. But I will tell you, look, they figured out this Tommy John thing, okay? With the medical advancements, they figured out Tommy John. Shoulders scare me. Shoulders scare organizations. So shoulders are worse than Tommy John's in a lot of ways right now. So that's the one you don't want to hear about. So that definitely is something that I know this organization is not going to approach lightly. They're going to make sure that the next time that Blake Snell is on the mound for the Dodgers, that he's at 100%, or at the very least, he can't make anything any worse. And I know they're going to approach it with that. And also,